Willie, coming off of the game, getting back to practice today, how do you feel? What's the message, and how do you feel like the guys are responding?
Well, we just you gotta move on, and I've unfortunately had to say that quite a few times this season. But you got to move on. You got to just put everything into it that you possibly can. I thought we had a good workout today. I haven't had a chance to watch the film yet, but really it was putting on Mondays we put the last game to bed, and then we move on to the next opponent, and probably did a little bit more of that. We had longer meetings this morning so we could watch tape, because you kind of had to do both. We're one day, quicker, shorter week this week with the Friday game compared to Saturday.
Right now, would you say there's a competition at quarterback?
Yeah, there is, without question. Yeah, it was. As I've said before, I thought both guys did some good things and some other things they need to improve on, and just like the complete and total offense does, we need to get better in all facets of the offense.
Do you expect to continue to rotate the quarterbacks drive by drive? And was it the right thing to do against Iowa State?
We got to, as I said before we did it, we want someone to step up and grab the bull by the horns and show us they're the guy, they're both of them did some good things and some things that we wish were done a little bit better. And, the problem, sometimes you come in here on a Monday and you're still kind of working on, the game plan right now. So it usually doesn't occur until, you finalize it usually basically on Thursday, and then you make some, decisions on Tuesday, Wednesday. So we're still looking at a lot of things.
Willie, talking with Kevin earlier this morning about the offense and sort of how to attack the playbook, and he admitted simplifying things, and it was more the details, he said, and things, not necessarily scrapping plays, but just maybe some of the details. Can you kind of elaborate on exactly what you need to do, sort of maybe to light a spark, or for the guys to understand?
Well, everybody's got to do their 1/11th. One of the things we did a good job of this morning, we always meet as a just team, and then you meet offensively and defensively, and special teams. But you usually watch the film and the video positionally, and this morning we watched it as an entire offense, and just showed that when we had plus plays, everybody was on the same page. We had plays that weren't so good. Somebody, normally it's going to be at the point of attack, did the wrong thing. And just, letting all of them see how important it is, which I know they know. Nobody goofs up on purpose, but we have got to be more diligent in doing the correct thing, play after play after play after play after play. Whether it's the correct release by a receiver, the proper depth of the route, the passing off of a twist or loop, the big time ball security, whatever it might be. We're showing those different things, and some of the things we've maybe gone over thousands of times, hundreds of times, and certainly in the teens with most of them. So we got to do a better job of doing it in the game. It's great to do it in practice, but it's much better to do it in the ball game.
With the two quarterbacks, Donovan and Zion, we've seen Donovan been utilized like more run and pass. Zion's been primarily a runner. Would you say they're subject to the same playbook?
Yeah, they're both going to do both. I think it's both of them have got the ability to throw and run it. And, I thought Donovan did a good job on a couple of runs of kind of sticking his nose in there and getting every yard that he possibly could, one time for a first down. So we've got to, those guys will be doing both. They're not going to do just primarily one thing or the other.
On a drive late in the game, when Donovan threw the interception, it looked like you were going with some tempo. Is playing a little faster something that you might do going forward?
Oh, I think there's great times to mix it up. Obviously, we were behind, and we needed to get 2 scores as quickly as we could, so we had to do tempo. And I think it's it's a good thing to do at times, particularly after a big play. And on that drive, we had a lot of big plays, and you get up the line of scrimmage quickly after a big play. Sometimes they got to keep the same personnel in the game that may not be, a good personnel grouping for them to play against your offense at that particular time. So, you got to mix tempos up, and, we're looking at everything right now.
Well, a couple of personnel issues was the decision between Dakota at left tackle starting the game and then on Manjack not playing.
Joseph had an injury and wasn't able to play. He banged his shoulder up, I think, the week before. And, just was having a tough time with it later in the week. So we're always aware of that. I'll never play a guy that I think is not ready to play. And then Dakota, really had an outstanding week of practice and was playing well. And that's why David didn't get a chance to get in there and play, last Saturday.
A couple of other guys. You had Marquez Shoulders. Is he out right now?
He's having surgery tomorrow, and he's going to be out for the season.
And then I guess the other one that I noticed, Jalen is no longer listed. Is
Jalen Emery?
Yeah, Jalen Emery.
He's voluntarily left the team, so he's not with us anymore.
Michael Batten?
He's good to go. He got a real bad cramp, and those things usually take a couple days to kind of get over, but he's fine.
What have your thoughts been on just how Liam and how he's done, punting this season?
I thought he had a good game Saturday, probably one of his better games. There's still room for improvement. We did a little rugby punt on the first one, and, he kind of pulled it to his right, shanked it a little bit. We had one where we would like to see him get a little bit more hang time, and he kicked it into the end zone. And then there was a pooch that we need a little bit more hang time on. But, he's getting better and better. He's a work in progress. Obviously, this first time, he's ever played football before in his life, and real games. And he's got an awful lot of talent, and I think he's only going to get better.
What do you say to a defense to keep them motivated as they held the team to 3 points most of the game when the offense is struggling?
Oh, they just got to keep going. That's part of it. You just got to get out there and, you got to find a way. The path to victory is different every week. Sometimes it's, defense, offense, kicking game, whatever the case may be. And we just need to, just keep playing as hard as we possibly could. I thought we did a lot of really good things defensively through most of the game. Really played well.
Jay Sean's listed at receiver on the depth chart this week. Is it sort of kind of an effect of not having?
Jay Sean, Ridgel?
Yeah, Ridgel.
He's listed on there, and part of that's because of Marquise not being able to play.
I realize I asked you this after the game the other night, but when you look at how you move forward with your quarterbacks, you're trying to get a spark from one of the two. Is it difficult if you try to look at more than two quarterbacks, or in terms of?
Oh, you can. We're looking at everything right now. We're going to have some good conversations over the next couple of days. See exactly what we're going to do.
Has there been any conversation about Uwe seeing the field?
Pardon?
Uwe, the third string guy.
Yeah, I think that's probably what Joseph was talking about, I imagine. But we're looking at everything right now. We really are. He's, it's, we're seeing what we need to do to get a spark, and it's the big thing for us is we just need to, be more assignment sound on the offensive side of the ball with every position across the board, not just quarterback.
Willie, every practice, everything's a kind of a learning or teaching moment. But when you get into the season, is it tougher if a guy doesn't know assignments or doesn't know the play?
It really hurts you. It really does. We had some we had that happen with across the board a little bit. And sometimes we got wristbands. It's got your assignment on the wristband. But you got to do a good job of reading it right and going out and executing your assignment. So we've that's what I'm talking about. We got we've got to do your 1/11th. Everybody's got to be on the same page. And in the game of football, you know, at one time there wasn't a whole lot of moving parts. There's a lot of moving parts now with twists, slants, loops, blitzes, you know, showing one coverage, playing another coverage. So you got to be able to react on the fly as well. So, you know, doing your job, you know, and understanding your assignment, and then, then being able to, you know, adapt on the run when somebody does something a little different than how they're lined up. And it's just, you got to rep it. But there's always, you know, you got rules and everything, but, you know, things change on a moment's notice out there on the football field. The guy's lined up one way, but he's doing something totally different. So you got to adapt and change with it.
You've gotten some nice runs from Stacey Sneed lately, from an encouraging part of the offense, getting the running game going, especially with him. How's that been looking? You know, as you move forward.
Good. You know, Stacey's done a good job. He's got good speed, movement, good vision. You know, and he's had some very productive runs for us.
Thanks so much, guys.
Thank you.